Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend. We are very close to the end of this game. This may well be the final video of this particular game, and I am feeling cautiously pessimistic, I guess I'll say. It feels unlikely to me that we will win, but there's definitely still a chance. So, let's talk about what we're doing with green here. Maybe, hold on, maybe it's better to talk about this from the other direction. So let's talk about what we have to do to win. We have to search this ruin and this ruin, I think, probably. I don't know actually how the victory quest works. It may not be the case that we have to search all 5 ruins. It may be that it did just pick one and make that the one. But my guess is that the one that gives you the thing is whichever one you search last. I do not know what comes after this. There are at least 2 more steps of the faction quest, because this is victory quest, because this is part 3, and I believe there are 5 steps in it. There are 5 sections to it, I think. So I have no idea how much time we have left or what we will need to do in the interim. But we do know that whatever it is that we need to do will have to be done in Green's territory. It's possible that Pink could take Juliarn from Green, but I don't think it's super likely. I think Green is going to kill Pink. It's maybe going to take a while, but I don't think Pink has any chance of winning this war. If they did take Juliarn, though, and this turned out to be the right ruin, that might be real good for us. But basically, I think we're going to have to be in Green's territory a lot. So, here's my feeling on that. If we sue for peace with Green, I think I left a functional peace deal on the table. Yeah. If we go after this truce with Green, first of all, I have to give them 3 good cities, and then also like a whole bunch of other stuff. The cost of this deal is considerable. Then, after we make the deal, they close borders on us, right? They didn't last time, so maybe they wouldn't, but it has almost always been my experience in Endless Legend that after you conclude a war with somebody, they immediately close their borders to you. If Green did close his borders to us, it would be devastating to our ability to continue doing the quest. You can, try to negotiate for open borders, but the cost of the peace deal is such that I don't think we'll have anything left that he wants. So I think we're not going to pursue peace with him. I know that sounds crazy, but we can fight a defensive war here, and sort of a guerrilla defensive war. We're never going to be able to defeat one of his armies. I'll just say that right now. There is no universe in which any number of our units are successful against one of these armies. But we can fight a war of small forces baiting him into attacking us and then retreating for a long time. That's not a winning strategy for a war, but it is a fine stalling strategy for a war, and a stalling strategy is what we need right now. So, I am going to retreat from this battle. Then we are going to... I don't have any movement, so I can't do a ton here. I'm going to separate this guy out. I'm going to put him right here. I'm going to have these guys run for this location. How much movement does this army have? 5.3. My hope here is that we can bait him into attacking our smaller, inferior forces. And in fact, I can make this kind of awkward for him, right? I could just, construct a wall around him with monks. We produce units pretty quickly. Just make it, really hard for him to attack the city. Yeah, okay. This is a plan. Not like a good plan, but it's certainly a plan. You can't argue with that. So we'll just make your life really awkward over here as well. We're going to use units that have a lot of health so that they can survive more than one attack. What do I want to do with this army as a whole? I think we probably just want to chill around Danin. I need to keep an eye on what's happening over here. We'll just sit in Danin. And then we will begin to produce basic monks. A lot of basic monks, I think, is the plan. Is there anywhere else that needs? Yes, Trenwyn also needs to produce stuff. The fact that we pushed him off of the continent before doing this is pretty good for us, because it means that he is more likely to... he's less likely to be able to produce a significant number of troops over here. He'll have to build stuff and then sail it over. I have high hopes for what we can do in the interim. So I can't totally keep him penned in because of the temple ruins here. He can just walk out through them. This is not a cliff. Have this unit run over here. And we're just going to bravely sacrifice ourselves over and over and over again in order to keep this running. Okay, he's got some fire ships. You know, I don't know what the status is of Sharan. I wonder if we could grab that. I wonder if he maybe has not left it super defended. Alright, so we're going to have a ton of units who are begging for orders all of the time. Annoying, but unavoidable. I have a path entered in for my Skyfin, right? I mean, we're just doing this. Alright, and then we have this guy over here, who is also of vital importance. Man needs to get over to Ostak and figure out a way to get to that ruin near Juliarn. He's going to be a lot faster on land, so it's entirely possible that the best play here is to get onto the shore around Ostak. I don't know if we can move through an ally city the same way we can move through our own. I might have to make landfall over here instead. But I think that is the plan. Let's hit end turn and then mash the heck out of the runaway button. Another benefit of this ridiculous plan is that each of these single unit armies is generating a zone of control. So we're going to leech a lot of movement out of their armies by doing this. Oh, you know what just hit me? We need to look at our Empire plan. Because, right, I had figured out what it was going to cost and made sure that we were on the path to getting a decent Empire plan. But we've acquired cities since then. So the cost of that decent Empire plan is going to be different now. We scared him. Our superior numbers were too much for him. Alright, what's in his ruin? It was 230 dust. Like Christmas morning. I don't know what this is. Why would you run away in this situation? Alright, so right here, obviously, simply retreat. We lost. Yep. We lost a couple of fortresses in the Lost Lie. Unfortunately, I have no ability to defend our ocean holdings. Alright, you brave, brave monks. Go forth. He could just attack Riwit. Could just attack Riwit. Sharan is not well defended. If we could catch them with no armies on the island next to them, we could actually probably take this. That would give him something to think about. So yeah, he was able to move next to the city. There's nothing I can actually do about this. So we can give him some inferior forces to threaten in the hopes that it will confuse his targeting, but probably we need to decide whether we're comfortable losing this city or whether I want to put some people over here and try to make a show of force. You see, Pink is moving an army through our territory, hopefully with the intent of helping. The Necrophages have just earned the Jewel of the Azure Wind for having 3 Guardians. That's not really a big concern. What are we going to build? We're just going to keep building monks, right? Skyfin is making progress. He's making good progress. I think for right now the plan is going to be let's get on shore in friendly territory. These are not navies. They are mostly real units. They're all real units. Okay, well, I don't know what exactly Pink's plan is, but God, I hope it works. You know what I should do? I should build another, I should build at least one more Skyfin. In case this one does get caught. We need to have more. Okay, what does the Skyfin actually cost to create? I'm not even sure. Oh, we also could upgrade the design a little bit. Right, because we could give them, first of all, movement trinkets. I know, does the Skyfin need to be faster? Probably not, but it's cool. It's cool to be faster. Do any of these trinkets help them survive on the world map a little bit more effectively? Improved life isn't going to matter because it's only going to lose health by retreating anyway, and the retreat penalty is a percentage penalty to your life. This is all combat stuff. Shock, forest resonance. We don't have anything that will give it, like, stealth. Yeah, alright. I guess this is good. We're never going to have one of these engage in combat, so it's not worth, like, driving up their cost by putting on armor or anything. But even faster Skyfins. 5,800 dust, wow. Okay, well, we're just going to buy one out. Let's buy it out over here. And you can just make me a basic monk. Or you could get started... Actually, let's get started on another Skyfin to be bought out next turn. We're going to have to construct an air force here. They have a bunch of fire ships. That's not anything to worry about. They did land a big army north of Tenelm. Oh, we can we can baffle them a little bit up here, can't we? Just block them in. They can get in the water if they want, but that's going to eat an entire turn of movement. Alright, guys. The entire nation appreciates your brave sacrifices. Oof, they sure do have a lot of troops. Our ability to buy time here is not unlimited, I'd like to point out. We can engage in some goof-around nonsense for a while, but we do actually have to win the game, like, soon. I love goof-around nonsense, though. I'm going to try putting this army near enough to Ruit that we appear to be in a defensive position on it. Like, can I get these guys to here? Let's try to reduce his ability to run out through the village. Over here, you guys should probably head in this direction. We can use a low health monk to block the area next to the village. Alright, so now he can't path out through the village. He could just attack Riwit. Still a real concern. This doesn't feel like a great strategy to me, but I think this is the tool we have, right? We need to play the situation we're actually in. Okay, Empire Plane. So we would now need 5,800 influence. I think this is higher than we were planning on producing. So we do definitely still need the approval boost. Now that I'm thinking we're not actually going to try to fight green, though, our needs do get lower. That's probably worth picking up. That would be 3,800, which we totally have. Yeah, you know, we're going to be fine. Okay, so I have too many armies that don't have orders for this to be a useful tool for figuring out what needs to be done anymore. You guys are out of moves. We have two of these units just come over here and block the close part of the shore. Try to prevent him from landing near Brahma as well. We can't land here because of a cliff, I think. No, there's not a cliff here. Okay. Go ahead and put you there. Yeah. It's a silly strategy for sure, but it might just do the trick. Okay, so we're going to have to mash the follow your orders button again. See, he could kill the Skyfin here. He could just pop these units out, but my experience with the AI has been that they are reluctant to take the units out of the garrisons, like, for anything other than very dire purposes. May actually make it to that ruin. Really, really, really want this order to be executed immediately. This is not really a thing that could be feasibly done with Endless Legend, but I think it would be interesting to have a simultaneous multiplayer 4X like this, where you program orders to be executed at the beginning of the turn. Like, there's a phase where all of everybody's automated stuff happens, and then all the players get control, and that would introduce a cool, like, Frozen Synapse style, like, trying to counter-program against each other's moves type thing. Oh, is that red? Yeah, red is gone. Who has gone red? Was it pink, or was it... Okay, it was not green. Hey, was this green a couple turns ago? It might have been. Pink might actually be making some headway. And they certainly have some units. Alright, so, are you allowed to move through his city? You totally are. Okay, great. So he gets to here next turn. We will figure this out. Dasa Murdap is continuing to level up. He has all of his relevant skill points. The capital is probably still fervent because of the museum, right? Yeah. That expansion disapproval thing is not a real problem. Hold operator is not relevant. How many turns are left in this winter? It's only like a couple, right? One. And there won't be another one. Well, traveling salesman is not nothing. No, this is going to be better than that. Alright, let's talk about battles. Aha, the fools. We got him. It worked. Up here, yep, the monk that's blocking in this army got attacked. He'll survive, too. Okay, and then they'll get in the water. They want Tenelm, but they're going to have to do some work. I'm not going to give it to them for free. Okay, what else has to happen over here? This guy moved to a position where we can block him in more effectively, which I really appreciate. This guy sailed off entirely. He's going to have a hard time making landfall in any meaningful way now that they grouped up the way they grouped up. We can regroup these armies to some extent. What is happening over here? Give these guys 16 Palladian. I'm not going to do that. I was about to be like, what are the Necrophages doing? Why wouldn't they pacify this tribe? But I also don't care. Actually, you know what we're going to do here? I will give you 400 dust to join my city. I'm fine with that. Okay. Let's run this army up to a position where they could potentially be useful at some point in the future. So, in order to prevent an annoying thing from happening at Tenelm, we gotta take up a bunch of these northern spots. I can make it really awkward for them to land. Yeah, we're gonna take a bunch of damage from the lava. We just pull one monk out of here. Have him sit there. And now there's nowhere on this coast they can land except right there, and they have to hack through our very slow retreat. There's cliffs all over the place. So the next spot they could land is like all the way over here. They can't land any further north. We don't have to let them land over here either. Tactics. Okay. You guys should just move generally back in this direction. And hang out over here and be ready to reinforce and rebuild. Yeah, alright. On the whole, we are buying time. On the whole, we are buying time in a way that is effective. Alright. I did want to buy out this Skyfin. Again, this is just like, in case. The Dredge actually should come out as well. These two should separate. Okay, we can just have a guy stand there. Cool. And then the Dredge will come forth and stand with his brothers. It's a beautiful thing. He's been so perfectly integrated into our society. Alright, I'm going to send a Skyfin over here in case things don't work out with the monk. These boarding vessels should probably head up here. Okay, Pink took back one of the fortresses that Green took from us. I kind of want this guy up here just looking for opportunities to snipe fortresses back from Green when he leaves them alone. You are where you need to be. You have your orders. Looks like some of those quest armies that spawned have been pillaging Green's stuff. That's maybe not great for us, because it's entirely possible that that's going to summon Green armies to this area. They may already be on the way. Alright, let's keep moving here. Strategy. Strategy is what this is. And the Skyfin makes it, though, right? He actually can't be stopped. Even if they catch him at the ruin, he survives a single retreat. The coming of the summer is actually kind of bad for me. My units are a lot faster during the winter. We do have the pearls necessary to do a little bit of shifting, I think. We can shift that Skyfin back if we need it to become dark form again, at least. Come on, quickly execute plans. This may feel a little bit cheesy, but just keep in mind that it is not at all viable as like a real solution. This will be frustrating for Green for a little while, and then the dam will start to break, and then they will have me. It's just that in this case, it will take long enough for that to happen that we might be able to win the game around them. Alright, Eureka! Or not. We have found the vessel's energy source, but it is clearly dead. It will be usable, I am told, once it is repaired. Alright, what do I have to do? The materials of which this energy was made can be found, even improved upon, by the wondrous natural resources of Auriga. To that end, we must seek and scrape to bring together enough magic and metal to repair it. Other disturbing news comes in. Firstly, that the vast living spaces beneath the surface were certainly biological testing laboratories. It seems that Auriga was one gigantic research center, with strange new species of all sorts created below the surface, then released above. Was this proliferation of beasts what eliminated the Endless from their own planet? And why does it appear that all the vats, silos, cages, habitats, and tubes were opened from within, and their contents released? These questions threaten to delay us, and our quest is urgent. Resources must be found to repair the crystal, though as we dive headfirst into this project, nobody has really stopped to ask the question, are we sure we want to do this? Yes, I am absolutely certain. We are desperate. The energy crystal must be repaired. To do this, you will need to gather specific strategic resources. 28 titanium and 28 palladium. Okay, and you can see here, the crystal that we're talking about is the crystal that powers the elevators in Dungeon of the Endless. By the way, if you've never seen Dungeon of the Endless, I highly recommend it. It is a super cool game. There are a couple series right here on this channel, and also, I think the Steam Winter Sale is still going on. It's probably very cheap in that. That game rules. Okay, so 28 titanium and 28 palladium. We do not have it, but... aha! There is enough on the marketplace to make this work. Oh no. Okay, so we have to wait 5 turns for the energy crystal to gain its full charge, and then search the ruins again. We will get the generator crystal. Incredibly dense and heavy, the recharged crystal hums with a frightening sense of power. A relic of an unknown past. It is now the key to your success. Well... shit. I don't want to have to still be here in 5 turns. Okay, there's no way the Skyfin can chill here for 5 turns. We will be killed. But I could flee, and then come back. We could run away for 2 turns, and then turn around and run back. Hey, that's gotta be the play. That sucks, but I think that's the only hope we have. Belly Slicer has hit 237,000 dust generated. That is not a concern. Our ally would win a dust victory before the Necrophages would. Alright, Ipsawatcha is leveling. Reduce building production costs even more. There's no other viable victory condition, to be clear here. It is finish this quest or nothing for us at this point. So let's talk about this strategy I'm doing here. It's goofy. It will work for the moment. However, it's definitely counterable. So one thing that the Necrophages could have done, it's going to be harder for them to do it now that we've managed to crowd the coast like this, but one thing that the Necrophages could have done was split up, like this 6-unit army that was by Denon and then came over to Riwit. If they had split that army up into a bunch of separate units, the same way we did, each one of their units would have been able to trivially beat any one of my units, right? So they could have done that without being in any real danger, and then attacked the same units with multiple of their units so that I couldn't retreat safely, right? 2 retreats kills a unit. So they could have hacked us down pretty quickly and left me with a lot fewer bodies to guard the shores with, but they didn't. Listen, I don't blame the AI people for not bothering to program the AI to deal with this strategy. It is a very niche problem. So there's another winter in 19 turns. The game will not still be happening in 19 turns. Somebody is going to have won by then. Fingers crossed that it's us. We don't have enough pearls to build another Skyfin. We've hit the top on our building new Skyfins. So now it is just to continue creating monks. And at this point it may as well just be basic monks because we're not going to be able to win a battle. The only play we have is continuing to avoid battle. To that end, we baffle the shores. I don't know how to deal with this, though. As far as I know, you can't do an amphibious attack, like... There's no way for their units in the water to attack up onto the shore, I don't think. So if you do a version of this where you actually get to spread out over the shore, I'm not sure how to counter that. Obviously, earlier in the game this would not have been feasible, because each unit has an upkeep cost, but also each army has an upkeep cost. So doing this is really expensive. It's just that we're producing so much dust at this point that it does not matter at all. Each one of these additional little armies is like 4 dust per turn or something. There are times in the game when that would matter. We are well beyond them. We shall create a wall of pearl and flesh. And hopefully it will be baffling enough to the Necrophages. You know, I doubt they've ever seen a strategy quite like this before. They did leave Sharan. No, they didn't. That unit's not in the water. It's still... Okay, never mind. I was about to say, hey, I wonder if we have time to go over there and take that city from them. Oh, video games are fun. Video games are okay sometimes. This is probably... Here, we'll guard this part of the shore. Okay. And then you guys just need to be in a position where your units can split out and... One of these two is supposed to be governing right now. I pulled a Draken out of a governor position instead of pulling the Draken from the army to the other army, didn't I? Yeah, I sure did. Well, yeah, Lore Master Simsan Inwana is not a combat commander. He should definitely be in that city. All right, next turn when his assignment cooldown is up, we will fix it. Okay, let's talk about our other units. You guys. Where's my other Skyfin? Here we go. Actually, should he be... He should get in the water over here. So I'm going to have this Skyfin head toward the ruin from this direction, and this Skyfin try to get north of Utheran and head in that way. Do everything in our power to have somebody in position to take over that ruin duty. In case the Skyfin who's up there right now doesn't make it. I'm nervous. I'm real nervous. Parts of this beautiful, stupid plan are so beautiful and stupid, though, that it's hard not to be pretty pleased with them. There's a lot of different ways you can be stupid. Some of those ways are better than others. I like to think that I engage in only the finest, really top-flight stupidity. You know, I'm not 100% certain that it is actually necessary to move our Skyfin away from the ruin anyway, but it makes me feel safer, for sure. Oh, see, they are bringing guys over. They do plan to do a thing. Oh, keep moving, keep moving. Keep moving, don't get attacked. What are you doing? Go! Okay, they're coming after me. I'm going to search this ruin, though. Alright, so that's a retreat. Then I'm going to search this ruin. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. I found 230 dust. Okay, the wine and the grass silk have ended, and I don't have enough wine to repop the booster, really? No, I am slightly short. Oh, I traded a bunch of my wine off, is what happened there, that's right. So, when we pop this wine booster, it is effective for the next 34 turns. Well, that's certainly the last time we have to do that. I'll deal with you in a second. We definitely want to buy extra movement. May as well buy extra science. I don't think there's anything else I really want here. I mean, I would take either of these, but we certainly can't afford them. Yeah, it's fine. So you need to, like... yeah, just run around. I need to try to keep that guy distracted as much as possible. More basic monks. I think we may have made them give up. A lot of them have sailed away. And Pink is actually sieging their stuff. Yeah, okay, so what do I do with these guys? I mean, I guess they might at some point try to come down for Trenwyn, so we should we should send some defenders to the shores around Trenwyn. You can pop out. At this point, yeah, we just need to get on shore, try to find a path around. We just got to make sure we can get somewhere. Let's try to get eyes on this fortress. I had to be careful about the sea monster because it will definitely run over and attack us if it can. It might be too distracted by green, actually. Maybe. We'll see if we get lucky in that way. Alright. Keep searching ruins. I have definitely searched more ruins this game than in any other game in this series. The guy that we build here is going to go this way as well, rather than trying to do any shore guarding. Okay. So, we want to get up here. It's going to be a few turns. Oh, this is going to be tricky too, because the fact that Deramard actually touches the top of the map here means that I have to go around it, which might be a little harder. So you have orders. I don't know that you actually need orders. Oh wow, he can get all the way over into the water. That's interesting. Let's have him fly to here. We'll figure that out next turn. Try and make sure everybody has reasonable commands entered in. So you have 5 move. You would run over and attack me probably. I moved to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I had to move to like here to be safe. Or here. Yeah, let's just do that. Just try to be as cautious as I can. Okay. Let us push onward. Now, our Skyfin in Green's territory does get health regen, so every time you retreat, you lose 60% of your HP. An amount of current HP that is equal to 60% of your max HP. So obviously, retreating and then retreating again the next turn will kill you if you don't have a pretty significant amount of health regen. But if you can get even a little bit of breathing room, you can usually retreat a second time safely. And by the way, those numbers, that value, 60%, is an ELCP number. It's not that not quite that high in the base game, I believe. Running? Can you keep running? Okay. What did I find? The Starblade. That's a pretty good sword. We do not have time for it. I am being attacked. Shoot. He's dead. Okay, that's very silly. Sorry, wait. That's that Skyfin. Okay, that's not great. Well, obviously I have nothing to do here but retreat, which kills me. Shame. They're going to do everything in their power to stop me from getting to that ruin. They don't even know what's happening. They're just monsters. Yeah, go ahead and get in the water, I guess. Better do it now. Well, I think we're going to be hard-pressed to make it onto shore. Where's the best place to come in? Probably the best place to come in is north of Utheron. There's some cliff. Oh, man. This whole area is cliffed. So we'd have to land here. I might make it. 14 move? Possible. I walked over one of your pearls. You big baby. Oh, also we did that. The gold boosters run out. I could buy a gold. Get that firing again this turn, I'm sure. Yes. 1 gold. Oh, wait, we managed to push back to Fervent. Neat. The loss of that Skyfin sucks, but yeah, they had been clearly moving a bunch of armies in the Skyfin's direction for several turns, so there was no escape there. The loss of this Skyfin is also going to suck, because it's definitely dead. How far can we get without... If I want to make landfall, it's going to be here, but that doesn't work. I can't get around that. Like, I'd have to jump back in the ocean next turn. No, this is bad. Our extra dudes are not, in fact, going to make it. How many more turns? Well, it's not the timer that's going to be a problem here. So next turn, this guy's in the water. Turn after that, he's on land. But I'm going to have to run through their territory for at least 2 turns and not get killed. This is so much the worst ruin in the entire world for this to have been. There's literally not a single ruin anywhere that is less accessible than this one. God, they have so many boats. Did I not get... Is that cliff too? It is. Well... I move quickly, maybe I can draw them away from the Skyfin enough for it to survive? Or maybe the Skyfin has to make land... Like, if I make landfall over here, though, that army of 29 units is just going to show up and kill me. But if I don't make landfall, the boats are going to kill me. Yeah, this Skyfin's probably screwed. Well, getting out of the water, I think, gives me a better chance of survival. Because this army might have other stuff to do. I mean, they're right, they have pink to fight. The green is making surprisingly poor progress. There's absolutely no reason... We can't see Pink's army here, but there's absolutely no reason for them not to attack at the beginning of the next turn, and if they wait, they're going to find themselves unable to take this city, so I really hope they do that. I really hope they get it right away. Yeah. Yeah, nothing to do here except keep pushing units forward. Nervous. Let's go. The Skyfin that's going to come in over the north of Green's territory is really fast. You might be able to pull this off. God, I hope so. God, I hope he can pull this off. At some point, there's probably going to be an eclipse. That would help me, too. A little bit of extra movement would be really nice. They're not super fast. He can land in a position that's actually productive next turn. It looks like they maybe are not going to hit him. These guys want to... Oh, no, they have the range. They got him. He won't die from the first retreat, though. Sure, keep that running. Okay, our other fortress in Moslai is gone. That's fine. Yeah, they can't kill him this turn. He'll make landfall. Okay, I don't know. Maybe he'll be able to make it. We'll see. I think it's definitely more monks. You need to do everything in your power to get up here. Oh, right, we can leave Suan through the dock so we can make it to shore this turn. Yep, he retreats. Obviously, we don't really need to do anything over here. So he makes landfall there. You make land... I mean, there's no version of this that's better than him making landfall all the way over here. The fact that this entire bay is cliffed off is really unfortunate. When he hits land, I think we might shift him over to dark form for the extra... It's like 3 movement? It's either 2 or 3 movement. If it's 3, it actually takes a turn off of his travel time. Yeah, I'll shift him. Let's see here. Oh, it's +1 movement. Never mind. Yeah, in that case, it's probably not worth shifting him. And we'll maybe trade... I wonder if we could trade pearls off of pink. Enough pearls to create another Skyfin. I know Pink is not pleased with me for taking pearls from them a moment ago. They do not have enough for me to make a Skyfin. And the only other player left in the game is Green, who will not trade me pearls. That's not going to happen. Okay. Oh, out of curiosity, how's Pink doing on their victory conditions? They are 53% of the way through their wonder. So we could just ride this to a shared victory, I guess. If this stuff doesn't work out. Pink is definitely going to win the game before Green can. You know what? We have so much money, and I really just don't have anything to do with it. Let's buy a couple more basic monks here. We'll try to flood their shores with dudes. So hey, what if you gave me Daramard? What if I took Daramard, but you took my capital? Oh, interesting. Hold on a second. Wait just a damn minute here. What if we got him to trade me Zidena and Daramard in exchange for peace? Right? That would make it perfectly safe. Because this whole area is Zidena. We'd have a truce. He couldn't attack my guys. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Because, like, we could do this, right? Denon doesn't really matter. Not gonna... Yeah, Denon doesn't really matter. I could trade him 5 of my cities for peace and safe passage for my Skyfin to the ruin. I have no idea what the next step of the faction quest is. He doesn't know what we need to do it, so this it's not crazy for him to accept this deal. It'll actually make things a little faster because we won't have to go all the way around Daramard. Like, it'll cut a turn off of our travel time for sure. Yo, would it be crazy to do this? I'm giving him my empire. But I don't need my empire, necessarily. I just don't know what the next step of the faction quest is, or what the next step of the victory quest is. It could... Giving this stuff away could affect it some way. I really have no idea. Oh, hold on. This isn't even all my dust. Wait a second. What if I put, like, all my dust in? Can I get away with taking a city off the table? No? Alright. I'm going to leave this on the table for now. We're going to try to access the ruin without doing this. And if it looks like it's not going to work out, because, like, the Skyfin gets attacked over here or something, then maybe we'll make the desperation play. That's a real goofy idea there. This is a thing a player would never agree to, right? A player would know something's up. I don't know what's up, but something's up. You would not offer me this deal. I'm not sure if I think that the AI should be unwilling to accept this deal or not. Like, a player wouldn't. So if you're trying to make the AI experience more like playing against a human, then they should not accept a deal like this. Oh no, there was lightning in that space. My monk died to lightning. Ah, that's crummy. Well, shit. They built a new burrow in the path of the of me running toward that ruin as well. Alright, okay. Land's not in danger yet. A lot of pink dudes running through my territory. Fine by me not taking the city for no reason. Just deciding they don't care about it. Oh, this Skyfin didn't have orders. Sure. Does he have 60% of his health? He does, just barely. Get in the water, you huge idiot. Okay. That guardian was coming over to kill me. You make it here in 1? Oh no, you have to stay in the water for an extra turn. That sucks. Alright, well. You guys retreat, obviously. His troops are all torn up, but, like, they still have a huge amount of health. Yeah, like, this fire ship that looks dead has 133, this one has 187, and I think those are both ships that we would have a hard time killing with these guys. But, you fools, you've abandoned your fortress! No, not really. Not really. And then the espionage. Oh no, my morale. How will we ever fight them now? Trenwin, make me a monk. So we have a couple of monks in Swan now. I'm going to move them both across the strait like this as quickly as possible. But I think I'm going to split them up. They're not going to go... Not all three of these guys are going the same path. We still have the option of making that ridiculous deal, right? If we did that, there's a real good chance they wouldn't be able to stop my Skyfin. Because obviously they'll declare war on us again, but it might be a couple of turns before they do that. I'm going to save the game. If it turns out that I can't get the Skyfin there by real means, we will try the silly thing that shouldn't work. He's close, though, man. He's so close. I don't know what comes next. It's possible that him being close is not good enough, because it might be like, okay, that was good. Now wait 10 more turns and then search the ruin again. Oh, it's about to be eclipse time. Don't know how much that really changes things for us. You know what? I'm not going to spam move order here, actually. I think what I'm going to do here is chill out for a second, because we don't see any enemies. Let's give them time to move around. I don't want them to be able to move in and attack me after I make my move, is what I'm thinking. I want them to expend as much of their move as we can get them to expend. Okay, so out of curiosity, Sayala Tocho. Boy, I'm having a really hard time just moving the camera around. Probably a lot of what's happening here is that green and pink are battling, and it's consuming the AI's brain. Out of curiosity, buddy, now that you have all these reductions and stuff, only 164 turns to build the Temple of the Earth's core. Obviously, I'm not trying very hard to make that viable. The Wall of Alayi is still functioning. Green is still having a hard time getting over here. Sometimes we have to try things that should not work, because the things that will work are impossible. If you take all of the things, you take the full set of things in the world that are stupid and possible, and you remove all the things that are impossible, you know where I'm going. Okay, so I'm going to be super greedy. We're going to search this ruin on the way over there. This doesn't really change our pathing. 50 Dust Orchid, hooray! I love Dust Orchid. I think we're going to make it. Now, what we do once we're there is a question, for sure. Relocation of the Blind. What the hell is Relocation of the Blind? Oh, return to those ruins and inspect them for 40 influence. I have so many quests from so many ruins in so many parts of the world, I cannot keep any of it straight anymore. Okay, so you definitely want to do that. I mean, would the best thing be for them to both come over here? Oh. Hey, that's a thing. They chose not to attack me there. But they shouldn't have. Okay, I think we're good here. I think we got this. I think everything is going to be fine, maybe, depending on what the next step of the faction quest is. We get the search. So what am I going to do with you guys? We already have somebody coming over the land route up there. I guess the smart thing to do is to have these guys come through from Ostak's direction. So you have an order, you have an order. You don't, because you don't need one. Alright, let's go. Let us see. Let us see what the final step is. So we got a power crystal. Well, we found a spaceship. All we have to do is plug the power crystal into the spaceship, right? Oh, hey, my victory tech completed. I honestly thought there was an extremely good chance that we would not complete the first victory tech before the game ended, which is part of why I didn't spend too much time agonizing over what the victory tech plan would be, because I knew it was not going to matter. Please go quickly. All right, man, go, go, go. Need you to search this ruin before all of the many, many necrophages that are alert to your presence show up. Hey, search it. Search it. There we go. It is an unexpected pleasure when projects go according to plan. That's what this was, according to plan. Now that the energy crystal is repaired and fully charged, little is left to do but take the final step, which please tell me is very easy. Search the initial ruins in Riwit with an army of at least 6 settlers of level 5. The settler army must be led by a hero equipped with the generator crystal. That's extremely doable. We are ready, but perhaps unprepared. It is one thing to leave a village or travel to a new region, but to depart from a planet with little understanding of where or how we will go is hardly reassuring. The sages assure me that the ship will guide us safely to a new home. The governors are preparing great stores of food and materials for the trip. In leaving, we depart from a place that we thought of as home, and ourselves as its occupants. It is somehow easier to leave, knowing that it was more of a laboratory, and we merely the descendants of its specimens. Do we feel kinship more with those who experimented on our ancestors, or those who broke open the locks and released their own experiments upon them? Each nation, each person must make this choice, to come to grips with their past, as we take a giant leap into our own future. Sorry, that says great leap. A sage assured me that this is similar to taking any great risk. You jump off a cliff and learn to fly on the way down. Or, in this case, on the way up. All that remains is to load the goods and citizens into the vessel. A simple task, no? It seems to not be the last task, because if it was the last task, it wouldn't be giving us dust. I need my quest log. Yep, there are 2 steps. Okay. So, victory notifications. 2 of these are going to be generated by me, right? I have discovered a technology. Green just started building the Temple of the Earth's core and has started on the victory quest. Okay. So apparently there is no notification for progress along the victory quest after the first notification. What is this? Oh, Pink triggered the Hernas and Yotus thing. Well, so this should be pretty easy, right? We just build 6 settlers in one of the cities. The settler currently costs 3,400 dust, so yeah, we just buy 6 settlers right now. Six settlers of level 5. With a hero equipped with the generator crystal. Okay, that all sounds pretty easy. I don't know that it's even worth leveling people. Like, yeah, this doesn't matter. I'm just gonna assign us a tech industry, I guess. And we're just gonna hit the button here. I think we may have done it. It really depends on what the next step of this quest is. We might have to fight. That's possible. It might be like you get in the ship and then it's powering up, but it powering up has drawn the, the defense whatevers, and you must fight them off. If you lose the city and within the next 5 turns you don't win the game. Something like that. Really wish I remembered better. Fortunately, we have a ton of units in the area. We can definitely become a defense force. Okay, the Wild Walkers are really rapidly progressing toward that dust victory. So this army grabs... You know what? This guy. He's a governor, not a hero. Or not a commander. He is perfect for this task. We haven't, in fact, had some Tascals spawn. Could you maybe step over here real quick? Okay. You must be equipped with the generator crystal. Which gives you an army vision range boost. It gives him defensive impulse. That's interesting. And then slows him down. Because you know what? That crystal's really heavy. Well, that's the spaceship. Wait for 4 turns until the engines are ready for takeoff. Okay. Nervous. We should probably grab some of these basic monks from the surrounding cities and fight that army of Tascals up there. Okay, Trenwyn has a guy. I'm sure that a handful of basic monks will be more than enough to handle this problem, right? Yeah, their stats aren't so bad. I don't really want to pull any people off of the shore. Obviously, I don't want to give the Necrophages a foothold. Glad I did not trade away Ruit. Okay, so... where is Nala Al-Jazar? She should be present for this. Can we path on the... no. Spaceship is unpathable. Try to gather everybody up and put these dudes away, and then hopefully we can just end turn a bunch of times and everything will be fine. God, it is so hard to interact with this thing right now. Okay, well, if we were ever going to be ready, this is the moment. Do you guys actually need to be upgraded? 09174. No. Do not include any of these guys. They have jobs. Okay. Hooray, level up for Ipsawacha. I mean, kind of whatever. Alright, I think I just hit end turn 4 times. I don't think anything else matters. I think we got it. If more enemies show up to fight them, we can fight them. Oh, are we... is this volcanic? This is volcanic, so she should actually move over so we can get some health regen. Remember, most units cannot regenerate health on volcanic terrain. I'm not going to assign new buildings or anything. We're just going to hit the end turn button a bunch of times. The Skyfin that's in Necrophage territory might be dead, but I just kind of want to power through to the end here. Providing pink doesn't turn on us, I think we've got this. Even if pink did turn on us, we might be okay. But I think pink probably wants to win the game. Pink would like to come on the spaceship with us. We don't have room for everybody. We can include a couple of Wild Walkers. They can be a minor faction in our new space empire. It's been a little while. I've definitely been feeling like playing Endless Space 2 again. It's going to come back sooner or later. I know they're working on a new expansion. They did some preview videos. You can look that up on YouTube, I believe, of the features in the new expansion. I haven't actually watched them yet. They're in my queue. I have a tab on my other monitor right now. I can see it. I have a tab with that video open in it. I will get there. 2 Endless games is a lot to run on the channel at the same time. Not that they're like particularly super taxing to play or anything, but mentally taxing. I think I've said in the past that I give myself way more crap over my performance in the Endless games than I do in any other video series, and I don't really know how to stop, honestly. I feel bad about stuff. So it's a little, I guess, maybe more emotionally taxing than anything to run 2 Endless series at the same time, but Endless Space 2 is definitely coming back. That game is very good. If that game had an AI mod that did for it what the AI mod in this game does for this game, it would probably be the best game in the genre. I think Endless Space 2 has a lot of really, really solid systems. It's just, the thing that's holding it back is that it's extremely easy, even on the highest difficulties. You could solve some of that problem by just playing with other people, but I don't very much like playing video games with strangers, and I do not have any friends who are into 4X games enough to want to actually play them with me. I know a lot of people who enjoy a game of Civ or a game of Endless Space here and there, but not to toot my own horn, I've spent a few hours playing these games. I have a pretty good understanding of how they work. Oh my god, these turns are taking even with us doing literally nothing, these turns are taking forever. Can't repop the Quicksilver. I guess my actions are not the dominating factor, so we could do stuff a little bit, and it would not probably affect things too much. But also, like, I don't have anything I want to do. What are you doing? You can't make landfall over here. Go home. Is this a cliff? No. Oh, you know what? That's probably Nala was standing there. Well, you guys. Hey, select. Select my unit. Okay, great. They did not want to be selected. That's fine. We'll just box this guy in. No, I'm trying to have a single guy from this army stand there. You can pop off and stand here. We could pull some dudes down from the north or up from the south. It's not likely to matter, but let's try to hem this guy in. I do not think we're going to see anybody come up from the other side here. Alright, he does not have enough turns left to get through even one of my units. I think we can end turn now. Yeah, I bet Nala was standing there. So when we popped her over to the army, we left a hole in the wall. And boy, they seized upon that very quickly. Fortunately, they do not get extra action points during an eclipse, so they will not be able to hack through. I think that extra action point during an eclipse thing is actually really powerful. It's a little bit narrow, but it's very powerful. Yeah, unfortunately, what we're mostly waiting on here is for green and pink to finish fighting it out over the turn. So green did eventually get Strahd off of pink, but they haven't managed to make it... Whoa. Whoa. Camera went totally nuts there. Probably some kind of cinematic is playing out on the ship. It's powering up. It's ready to go. Almost ready to go. Oh, it's definitely leaving. I thought we had to wait one more turn. Okay, well, let's press the retreat button a couple of times here. So it leaves on the last turn, we hit end turn, and then we win the game. Oh, but I have in fact resolved that battle. Then they get back in the ocean. They're like, you know what? This is not worth it. This is not a good use of my time. I think pink is fighting those quest armies. Okay, well, we got there. It was a little wild. Things did not go exactly as I had planned, especially toward the end. But we got there with my favorite faction. I think we're going to be playing the next game on Impossible. This is definitely an appropriate level of challenge. The fact the AI still gets really powerful in the late game. I guess the fact that we were able to get so many of the wonder buildings... Oh, is this a new battle notification? It is not, no, okay. Oh no, it totally is, I just can't retreat. Okay. Auto-resolve that battle. That Skyfin bravely sacrificed himself for our spaceship. That Skyfin is our space Jesus. The fact that I was able to get so many of the wonder buildings on this playthrough makes me wonder if maybe this might turn out to be a little bit too easy with a more traditional faction. I don't know. We're going to try the next game on Impossible. We'll see how it feels. On the whole, though, I'm having a great time playing Endless Legend, a great time playing with the Endless Legend community patch in particular. Got ourselves a victory. Interesting. I didn't realize that it counted your victory as a shared victory, even if you were the... this doesn't matter at all. I just wasn't expecting to say this. But even if you are the person who achieved the normal victory, it still says shared. And some of the Wild Walkers got to come to space with us. You know, they earned it. They were basically kind of nice to me for a little while some of the time. Toward the end of the game, they let me run through their territory, which did actually matter. So, you can see here, overall score, Necrophages with 15,500, us with almost 2, that was nearly 2,000. Listen, I have easily 6 times the score of some of the players who were eliminated from the game. Out of curiosity, where did Green end up military-wise? What is that? No, is that 3 million? Yes, that is 3.3 million military score. They were over 3.5 for a while. I assume Pink won a battle somehow? Wild. I had 82,000. I'm visible on the graph if you squint right at the bottom there. But yeah, that is... Hey, that's it. We did it. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. We're going to be playing a new faction. Feel free to Leave your feelings on which faction we should play down in the comments below, and we'll see you then.